Hey guys, I have a fun new video for you today. This was actually requested by my friends Fawn and Jessica. Hi guys! They wanted to see my collection, stash, storage, all that goody stuff. Now I will tell you from the beginning here, it is not nearly as big as a lot of the people I've seen on YouTube. But it's growing, and so it's perfect for me right now, and then obviously you'll see I have room to grow with it. So I'm going to turn you around and show you where I keep everything and kind of go into my boxes and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Okay guys, so this is where all the magic happens. No, not really. This is just my wax cupboard. So as you can see, I keep most of my wax in these memory boxes from Michaels, and then there's two boxes right here that we will talk about as well. So let's get in a little closer and I'll show you what I got. So these two boxes right here, I usually keep up here on top so my cats don't get into them. This is a box of stuff I want to start, I want to melt through. So like this is, within the next week or two, I want to melt what's in this box. And as I take stuff out to melt, I will usually refill it with stuff, whether it be like these rose grow bags, or different chunks, or if it's something like I want to melt, like make my own blend of, I'll put it in there just so I remember. And this box over here is a box of stuff I don't care for, or I won't melt. So I put it in there so that either one, I can give it to my sister, or I start making goodie boxes or goodie bags for friends. So that's what these two boxes are, and they're always up top of my cupboard like I told you. So they sit right up here. So I guess we can start right at the top here. So I have them, all my boxes are categorized. My camera is not going to focus for you guys, but I'll read them to you. So the first one here is Pink Sugar. This is Fresh and Winter Scents. This is my Cure box, and this is a Cure box as well. So what these two boxes are for is basically anytime I get a new order in, whether the vendor says there's a cure time or not, they go in this box. And then once I get another new order in from anybody, I rotate it out and put it into the coordinating boxes down here. So that's what these are. I just forgot to put the label on this one. So yeah, that's what those two are. This one right now has all my Lilac Sensations and a front porch order, and this has my OPT order. So actually I'm going to bring these boxes down and show you what's in all of them. Okay guys, so here's the first two boxes. This one on the left, if you couldn't tell by the color, is my Pink Sugar box. This one on the right is my Fresh and Winter Scents. I will just show you a little bit of what's in each box. And ooh, that got dark, sorry. In this one I have my clamshells of Sugared Lavender Twist from Better Homes and Gardens. I love this, and it smells just like pink sugar. At the last of my loaf of Everything But Her Kitchen Sink by Sassy Girl Aroma. I have some VCS in here. I have Pink Sugar Straight Up from Alternative Treasures, Pink Sugar Fluff from Candles from the Sleepy Room. I also have Candy Fluff in here from Alternative Treasures. It probably should be in my fruity box, but this reminds me of Pink Sugar, so I just keep it in here, and plus it's pink. I have some Front Porch in here, so Pink Mallow Bread, and let's see here, Pink Blueberries, which is one of my favorite blends. Lots of Avas. You can see a lot of Avas in some of these boxes. So I Dream in Pink, Pink Peppermint. I have a lot of her Pink Peppermint. And so if you see anything in these boxes that you're like, oh, that should be in a different category, I go through that a lot. So my issue is like the Pink Peppermint. It's Pink Sugar and Peppermint, so it could go in this box or it could go in this box because it's a winter scent for me. So I kind of just go where I think, okay, where would be the first place I would look for it, and that's where I put it. So this goes, Pink Peppermint would go in the Pink Sugar box. Alright, so the Winter and Fresh Scents, this has anything that has chocolate peppermint, anything that I feel like is more of like a winter scent. So I have Spiced Apple Wreath from Better Homes and Gardens. I have some of the Sugar Sweet Gumdrops. I have some Ava's. This is Iced Peppermint Cookies. I have her Peppermint Fluff. I know this is old, and I'm really hoping it'll make it till winter. It's Minty Patty from Shea Scents. I have some Yankee Tarts in Peppermint Bark, and let's see, this is Red Apple Wreath. And then I also have a Kay's Tart and Polar Bear Cookies. And then this one is a new one I put in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it in here though. If I can't tell if you can read it. No, maybe not. Anyway, it's the Mac Apple Lavender Cotton Candy. But the only reason I put it in there was because of the lavender. I'm not sure if I will keep it in there or not, but for now that's where it's going to go until I decide further on that. So, alright, so that's my pink sugar box and my winter and fresh or clean scents. I'm going to move into the middle of the cupboard now and show you the rest. So I won't show you guys what's in these two boxes just because it is my first Lilac Sensation haul, my latest Old Primitive Treasures haul. And then there's some front porch in there curing, which I don't think I've showed yet, but I'm going to combine that with my next front porch order. And you guys will see that in a haul coming up. So, coming in closer, these two boxes are empty. They are just there right now for growth. So basically when my new orders come in from anywhere, once I rotate these out of the cure boxes into where they belong, new orders will go in here to cure, and then I have room here to make like more categories, which I'll kind of get into when I get down here. These two bins out here, you probably recognize this one, maybe even this one. This is where I put all of my empty like wrappers and bags and stuff of things I melted, so I can keep track of what I melted for you guys. This bin right here, I'll pull down and show you. This has a, oops, I'm dropping stuff, has a variety of things. So it has my Creamco cutter, has note cards, because that's what I put, that's what I use for the labels. It has a butter knife, has a longer lighter for candles. It has this, which is just a bunch of mismatched bags and stuff I get from vendors that I like to keep for when I send bags out to people. And then I have two different sides of the polypropylene bags, the bigger size and then this one. I keep all this in here just so that kind of all my wax related kind of supplies, I guess you could say, are all in one place. So that is everything that's in those two boxes, baskets, whatever you're gonna say. Below here is just printed out like order forms from vendors, cards, notes. I have my VCS doily under there. Just different things I don't want to get rid of just now, so I have for my reference. And then this is where the majority of everything is in these boxes and these bags. I keep all bakery bags for the most part over here, unless they're curing, then they're in the cure box. I don't have a better place to put these just yet. I'm kind of in the works of getting a new bookcase to go in my bedroom. So once that happens, I'm going to transfer a lot of my wax back there. And of course, I will do an updated video once that comes. But for now, this is where they go. I kind of just, as best I can, I shove them back there. Sometimes I'll put them like this, but then I can't get two side by side. So I will show you what bakery bags I do have in here. I have Smurfs in the Kitchen by Sassy Girl Aroma. I have Beautiful Jackie O Loves Fall from VCS. I have Backwoods Barbie from VCS. I have Swirl. Let's see if I can get it up. Swirl from VCS. And then I have Tara Will Never Go Hungry Again by VCS. The other bakery bags I have are these Rose Girl ones that are kind of in my what I want to melt video, or what I want to melt box. So I have Macintosh Swizzle Sticks, which is a favorite of mine I'm hoarding. Simply Amazing Bakery, and then Blueberry Apple Puff Pastry. That is the very last I have of Rose Girls, so I'm kind of hoarding it until I can place an order. I know there's been opportunities to do that lately, and I know, I've kind of not been able to do it. So I will eventually get more of Rose Girls. Okay, and so now onto the main 6 boxes. Now I will show you the categories first. This one is bakery. This one is zucchini bread or bread scents. These are both fall scents. This one is fruity bakery blends, and this one is just fruity. So I'll show you 2 boxes at a time, and we'll take a look and see what's inside. Okay, so this is the bakery one. Now this is also where I keep my coffee scents. So like you'll see this one in here from Better Homes and Gardens. It's the, I hate that my phone won't focus from this angle, but it's the iced mocha latte one. And then I have a vanilla cookie crunch from them. I have Old Village Bakery from Old Primitive Treasures. I have some Ava stuff in here, so like a vanilla bean Noel pumpkin. Basic bakery scents. This is Frosted Cupcake. I have Jackie O from BCS, and then the Spindle Curse. Let's see what this one is. This one is Mexican Fried Ice Cream. I forget I had that one, so maybe I should melt that too. This is all basic bakery scents and then coffee scents. So like I had, if I had like a you know, like a frosted cupcake like that one, or cake or pie or anything that doesn't have a fruit mixed with it, and it's, or if it's just like straight vanilla something like Vanilla Bean Noel. So basically anything bakery that doesn't have anything else blended with it, or if it's a coffee scent will go in here. I think if I continue to get more coffee blends, I will make a box just of that. But I also am trying to dedicate one of these boxes for my husband. He wants to melt more when I'm not home, and he knows how anal I am about my stuff, so he wants me to put what is designated safe for him to melt in a box, and so I'm going to be doing that within the next week too. Alright, so this next one is probably my lowest box, and I would like to get more of actually both of these boxes to have on hand. This is for like zucchini breads and bread scents. So I have lemon ice cream scoop bread from Candles from the Keepy Room in here. I have a butterscotch bread pudding I put in here. Lemon sugar cookie dough bread from Front Porch. I have a lot of Front Porch bread scents because hers are kind of my favorite. Sugar cookie dough bread by itself, cotton candy bread, and then I think it's blueberry lemon bread, and then a few random like Ava's ones, so like pumpkin zucchini, and then just zucchini bread. So that is what I keep in those two boxes. And by the way, I will show you guys these, but these are my favorite boxes to get. They're from Michael's. I think they're called memory boxes, and usually every so often, so like around Memorial Day, Labor Day, you know, around big holidays, they have big sales, and you can get these for like $1.60 a piece. I got all of the ones I have, plus some that I use for my craft storage. I got all of these boxes around $1.50 or so. So it's definitely something to keep an eye out for because they work really well for storing stuff. Alright, so let's get on to the next two boxes. Okay guys, if you couldn't tell, fall scents are kind of my thing and I love them. This box alone is chocked full. It is 75% Ava's and 25% Front Porch, and then I have two like overflow Front Porch scents here, but the rest are just like, there's some chunks in here. There's Sassy Girl Aroma right there, some BCS, 30th Street. I have some Old Primitive Treasures in here, and then I have like my Better Homes and Gardens clamshells. And then, of course, like I said, I just put my Front Porch Overflow here. But this whole box is stuffed full. Like, the lid goes on it, but just barely. There is a variety, what I consider fall scents. Anything pumpkin, obviously. Like a apple and pumpkin, blueberry pumpkin. Certain blueberry or apple scents I consider bakery. But for the most part, it's mostly my pumpkin stuff. I love fall scents, and I was just telling, it's funny, I was just telling someone this morning that I was getting really low on Ava's, and then I went through this box, I'm like, yeah, probably not so much. So I have a ton of stuff. I'm really excited for the fall. 2 boxes I think will be good, but for the most part, I usually melt fall all year round, but for some reason, I've really been into just my fruity stuff lately, so I'm really glad that I have these to start the fall with. But that doesn't mean I won't be getting more, so for now, this is what I have. I'm not going to show you everything in there just because it would take forever, but this is what is in both of my fall scent boxes. Okay guys, so the last 2 boxes we have to talk about here are the Fruity Bakery and the Fruity. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this yet in the video, but the reason I do it by scent is because I used to have it done by vendor, but then I would forget which vendor was in which box because I never had, there was quite a few boxes that had like 2 or 3 vendors in them because I didn't have enough to fill the whole box, and so it just wasn't working for me. I would forget what I had on hand. Things would get to the point where I'm like, oh, I should have melted this already, and so it just wasn't working. Well, then I switched it to like by scent, and it has worked so well for me. I'm very glad I did this. Now, if I had a lot more wax or if I had a much better storage system, I would do it by scent, by date. That way I would know, okay, this stuff needs to be melted before, you know, this box or whatever. But, you know, this works for me now for what I have, and I think that it works really well. So, alright, this first box here has just anything that has fruit and a bakery note to it. So like I have a caramel apple pie here. I have the Better Homes and Gardens orange buttercream cupcake, strawberry cheesecakes in there. Some Candles from the Keepy Room stuff. 30th Street wax in here. Lots of Candles from the Keepy Room, Ava's, Old Primitive Treasures, 30th Street, Better Homes and Gardens, and then there's some Front Porch down there too. Excuse me, I'm not going to show you guys everything in the box just because it took me a while to get it all to fit in there. And then same thing over here for fruity. So I have some Better Homes and Gardens. I do have some Yankee Tarts and votives. I have my Desses in here because I have lots of fruity stuff from Desses. Some Front Porch back here. Sorry, it's getting so dark, guys. It's getting cloudy outside. The 30th Street wax chunks I have, and all that. So basically, everything that's fruity that doesn't have anything to do with bakeries in here, anything in here that is fruity / bakery, this is where that goes. I used to have 2 boxes of the fruity / bakery, but I think I went through a phase where I was melting through that a lot more, so I was able to condense it into 1 box. But then, like I said too, I also have these 2 extra boxes where I can kind of put overflow stuff, and it works out really well. Okay guys, so that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know my stash isn't as big as some we've seen on YouTube, but I really love my setup. I really love my collection, and it's growing. I have multiple orders coming in this week, plus I'm placing more this week and next week. Wax is really the only hobby I'm kind of digging right now. I'm working so much, but I feel like I work hard to play hard with my wax, and so I'm really loving it. I work 4 warmers a day on most days in my house, and I would do more if I had the space for it, but I really love how this turned out, how I got it all organized and everything. So thank you, Fawn and Jessica, for requesting this video. It gave me the motivation to get everything put the way I wanted it to, and you guys will see lots more coming from me soon. So thumbs up if you like this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye!